Oh, hey everyone, Joe and Amelie, we're back. Back and back, baby.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Today we've got loud, fast, and keep going. Oh, I think someone said that to me once or twice. All this and more on this Streamin Demons. Yeah, all right, so we're back. I need to cut that.
I
I'm
will
cutting this
always
up
do
now.
it.
I know, I'm going to start just putting that as an intro bumper. So today's Barry, we're talking loud, fast, and keep going. And this is chapter 7 out of 8 in season 1. And we introduce our shot. We get Cristobal for the very first time. And we see Cristobal, who's the Bolivian mafia leader, landing as we see this long ass landing strip with heavily armed Bolivians and a fucking like car coming at them. And they're like, what the fuck's this? And they just go, da, 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 da. They start just shooting up the car. And that's kind of, we get their view of it, right? So
Correct.
the car flips over, explodes up, big explosions type of stuff. So you think that, wow, Barry's one season long. Good. Like Barry's probably not dead. He's a titular character. He's probably not dead. But we do see some damage. And we see the Cristobal calling up the Chechens saying, hey, did you just send some motherfuckers to kill us? Because I would have shared. He's being really nice for a drug dealer. It's like, I would have shared the drug house. All I had to do was ask. But now, I guess we have
Yeah.
to do a war.
Yeah, that's really interesting because often when you watch movie in America, there is a cartel of and the mafia of, and they're not linked
Yeah,
at all. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
just separate entities. And there's a guy who's like out of the blue, like we could have done business together. Like it's really hard. You're a foreigner. I'm a foreigner. Like we should be modern and stuff.
Could have
And
showed me
I'm like,
around.
that's really smart. Now I'm sorry, I have to do war, and I cannot do anything against that. And I really like how the Chechen are like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? We never sent anything. We never did. We don't know what are these Marines like. What are you talking about? Like, no, no, no. It's just really funny to see how the war is because it's not in a traditional way you would expect.
No, it just like it was so like I love the way like your style is setting the guy the bullet DHL. I thought that was excellent. It was great style. It was very fun. Cristobal was having a mental moment with no whole Hank, but just completely business thing. It was completely just like, well, I guess we have to kill you guys now. Didn't want to, but oh well. What's for lunch? It's just
Yeah,
one of those. Like, okay,
it's
it's a
an
war now.
imperative. It's an imperative.
Yeah,
I have to. I have to. I'm sorry.
because we can't have you attacking us and us not retaliate. It'd be weird. But that is also when No Ho Hank finds out that Barry is dead, and we
Yeah.
see that No Ho Hank's actual allegiance might not be quite to the Chechen boss, but more like to his interpersonal relationships with Barry.
And it's really unique because I would like to point it out. This character is openly gay.
Is he
He
openly
is
gay at this point? I can't
he's
remember. He is openly
like
gay, yes,
he is
the character.
openly gay,
I didn't know
number
if he was
one.
point.
Number two, he suffered from a disease. The actor by itself suffered by a disease because he doesn't have any
Oh,
hair,
really? Oh, I didn't know that.
any hair at all. Apologia, alopecia.
Sure.
It's very difficult to pronounce for me.
Oh, me
Alopecia.
too. Sure.
Alopecia. So basically, he's bald. He doesn't have any facial hair. It's when you lose your hair and it doesn't come back, like any
Anyone who's
hair
watched the Oscars know this one. Yes.
voilà, of your body. So what I really like about the character is he's openly gay. He's young. He's a foreigner, and he's accepted by the family.
And he's
That's not the
accepted by his family,
problem.
yeah. Yeah,
Well,
and that's the thing. You picked up he's openly gay. I didn't even I know he's because I watched the entire Barry, all of it. I know he's gay, but I didn't really pick up on it at this point. Maybe I just wasn't really watching closely, but you're right. The Chechens accept him completely. He's not ostracized whatsoever. He's part of the operation as a normal person. Hell, blue eyes yourself. And then I think that strength speaks to the strength of what Barry is. it's not making a point saying, "Oh, look, you're gay and we accept you." It's just like just some random motherfucker. Like,
Correct.
"Oh, you're just some dude. Cool, whatever."
Yeah, yeah. And you would imagine
Uh,
in the mafia world, he wouldn't be accepted, he would be pushed away or bang, bang, bang. Not at all, not at all. It's a part of it. Like, it's okay. And I really like that.
yeah,
And
works well.
yeah, like for the death threat of "I'm sorry, I will have to kill you guys," can't do. Reminds me of story I heard from the Afghan people, the Afghan men I worked with when I was working for the Red Cross. So I was working for the Red Cross in north of France, and we had a cellule for people who needed help to translate or need help to be understood when they go to the hospital and stuff. So I
Right.
went there and I had a conversation with them, and they're like, the death threat, how it goes with in Afghanistan is very simple. First, you have a warning. They explain to you, "Hi, you did that bad, so we would like you to beware. Don't do that anymore." The second time, they send somebody, "Hi, we have a representative of." You say, "Did you receive a letter? Great. Could you stop, please, now to do so?" And the third time they kidnap you and they torture you. And the fourth time they kidnap a brother, sister, whatsoever, and they kill them or take them to the army. So it's
Wow,
very
sounds like all over
polite.
the place.
It's
Yeah.
very polite like that. And I always imagine something really violent, but actually no, it's
The
not that
kidnapping
violent.
and torture, I'm pretty sure, is violent.
Yeah, it's violent, yeah, but I mean the first step, like, "Hello, hi, I come from the mafia, and I think you should stop your school for girls because it's not what we fight for. So if you stop your school for girls, we good, but if you don't stop, we kill you.
So
We
what?
may kidnap your neighbor and send you his head."
Right, right. Cool, cool. So what you're saying is the very first time when they come by your house being polite, you put a bullet through their fucking head. That's what you're telling me.
No,
No, that's what I'm saying. If it
they
comes back the second time, they're gonna kidnap and torture people. Fuck that. The first time they come by
no
polite, you
third,
put a bullet
third
through them.
time, third time. First
No, no,
time
I'm telling
they
you. No, Emily, no. Sorry, we're not gonna get sidetracked on this shit. By the way, but if this is the thing, first time polite, second time blah blah blah, it escalates from there. The first time when someone knocks on your door politely in that area, you put a bullet through their fucking head, and they don't come back again
yeah,
because you know that you're gonna keep going.
yeah.
Especially if you're using the analogy of a girls' school. Fuck that shit. Fuck that noise. No. Sorry.
But in
Back to Barry.
everywhere, yeah, right. But to say the link, like, it's really interesting to see the, "Oh, I have to do it. This is it." It just remind me of that, and I'm like, it must be like this. Like, they're really polite with you. They give you cakes and stuff, and they're like, "Anyway, I will have to kill you. I don't want to, but that's the way. Let's
Right,
go."
and it works for the Bolivian and Cristobal. And Cristobal is played by Michael Irby, and he does a remarkable. I mean, everyone's doing a remarkable job in this. Everyone's doing a remarkable job. And so the Chechens' actual response, besides going like, "Oh fucking shit," like we didn't want a war, is to go like, "Where's Fuchs at?" Because Fuchs said we had to do this, and now we did what he said, and now we have a war. So let's go kill fucking Fuchs. And
Correct.
that's what they try to do right then.
Hmm.
They come in and they kidnap Fuchs and tie him to a chair, but sort of a chair. Like they're gonna kill him, but maybe not. It gets. And I think that's the
It
next
gets
episode
a
I'm
little
talking
bit
about.
messy. It gets a little bit
Yeah,
messy.
it's gonna
But
get messy.
so comic, so comical, and I
Yeah,
really like how the mafia communicate with each other. It's really nice.
yeah, and that's gonna be, and that's actually when they get Fuchs. I'm sorry, it was next episode, episode 8. But this time they're gonna go and get him, and they're going to try to kill him. And then NoHo Hank has to have this conversation with saying, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna fucking kill you." And it gets kind of weird later on, but then we cut back to where Barry is. We cut back to us. Excuse me. We cut back to the detective Moss who's listening into the entire fucking thing, and then because she's listening into it and she's not a great detective whatsoever. This will come into fruition in episode 8. She's like, "Oh, we know exactly who the connection is. It's fucking the guy who just got died, or Ryan, like the actor who got killed. Like Ryan's the actual
Yeah,
guy who was shooting." I'm
exactly.
like, "Fucking hell!" So they're like Ryan and Taylor, they all this really weird bullshit completely wrong theory going on.
I would like to take the defense of the policewoman. She doesn't want to take off from the wall the school because she feels in her guts the school is linked and she refused to take it off and everybody's like, come on, they're a bunch of dumbass. And I'm like, no, there's a guy who went to Afghanistan, who is a Marines. Like, come on, like several times I'm like, there is a connection. Like I would be a policewoman with like the dude has his thing with arms and boom, his friends die.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
Well, they're gonna discover that more on later. Later on they'll discover a bit, but at that time they're still doing like the Ryan. They're saying that Ryan is connection. Like that's what Moss is saying. Like, oh, it must be Ryan, the guy who just the acting class was murdered. So you have that, and then we're like, oh, okay, whatever. Looks like Barry's dead or not. Who knows? And then of course Barry survives. Barry does survive, and he survives with Chris. And it's just Barry's against the car, and he's like, "What the fuck just all happened?" And one of the Bolivian soldiers are coming by and has a gun on Barry. He's like, "Don't, just don't do it." He's trying to talk him out, and then Chris actually gets a jump on him. So Barry starts saying, like, "Shoot him, just fucking shoot him." Just fucking telling Chris just to fucking shoot. And we have this moment of Chris actually taking the shot, and then we find out Chris was in logistics, kind of like a Fuchs. Like
Yes,
Chris was
exactly.
basically a younger Fuchs. Never
Yes,
some action whatsoever, and that's his first kill. And he's like freaking the fuck out. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you." I was like, he drops the gun. He's like, "No." Bear's like, "No, pick up the fucking gun." Fuck you doing?
yeah, because he never killed. You find out
Yeah,
a little bit later on, he never used the arm. He was, but he was not thinking about killing someone. And compared to Barry, out of war, if you kill a man, it's a murder. So for him, he committed a murder and he's full of guilt and stuff. He's completely different from Barry. And that's the tragedy.
yeah, and that starts the. I'm not sure if this moment starts the downfall of Barry, or it starts the turn of. There's a definite turn of character we see in Bill Hader's character in Barry. As soon as Chris hesitates, Barry's like, "What the fuck?" As soon as Chris kills the guy, Barry's like, "Cool," but then he sees Chris freaking out, and
Yes.
now Barry's gonna have a difficult decision because Chris is freaking the fuck out.
Chris is freaking the fuck out, and that scene is breathtaking. They are in a
Yeah,
car in the desert, and they talk, and they say, everything is going to be fine, everything is going to be fine. And Chris fucked up and said
yeah,
to Barry, I'm going to the police. And he stops the car. And
why did you fucking say that?
why did you fucking say that? And he
Yeah,
understand he fucked up, and he look at his friend not as a friend, but more like a psycho. And he's like, I won't tell you anything. I will just come
yeah,
back to my family. And da 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 da. And they said, why did you just say that? And he grabbed his gun and he looked at him and bah, dead.
yeah,
And you see the blood and everything. That scene is magnificent because you see the tension.
yeah,
Do you remember the man who stopped just in front of them at 500 meter to check his wheel?
yeah,
And you see the face of his friend changing and looking at Barry because he understands he's waiting for the guy to leave. And this is it. He's going to die. He's dead.
yeah,
He knows that. So he's like, I beg you, ba 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 ba. And then the car goes and clock, 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 pon, no, 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 pon. And you
yeah.
see the
Change
blood.
my mind. Change my mind. And yeah, he doesn't get to change his mind at all. Like you see two parts of Barry.
Hmm.
One is he was trying to really keep shit together, but as soon as that line is crossed, as soon as Chris actively says he's gonna betray Barry, Barry makes that decision, he does not come back from it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you can see the show shift at that moment
Yeah, absolutely.
because we know it's not just a guy who has no feelings, who just kill people. He's entering another dimension. He killed his friend. There is regrets. There is tension. He breaks the wall of his limits, and his limit was never kill another Marines. And that
Yeah.
guy had a family. He knows him. He knows his name.
Yeah. And
When
and
we
he
watch the
crosses
first
that.
episode, he doesn't know anything about the actor. He starts to get to know the actor, and when he sees a father, that's when everything just cracked. It's not just a
Yeah.
chicken. He is a person with a name, family name,
Right.
circle, and a family. And he's like, fuck. And the guilt hit him a first time, so you can see him panicking. Now he killed someone he knew, he liked, he loved. He saw the family, the wife, the kid, everything. He knows that he is a Marine. He fucked up really good. He committed murder, and the guilt is going to double back like very badly.
Yeah, but it seems that he's doing this because he's finally carving out an existence for himself, and he doesn't want anyone to get in the way. He's not self-sacrificing anymore. He's putting himself first. And
Correct.
anyone who's trying to fuck up his new life is gonna end it. He just that's it. You're gone. And that is the foreshadowing, I think, for the character arc, and I think that's the foreshadowing for the rest of the series. And this is the episode that Bill Hader wins the 70th Primetime Emmy Award. He wins Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. And how the fuck this is a comedy series, we still don't know. There's comedic moments of this, but he wins the lead actor to a comedy series in the episode where he blows someone's fucking head off.
And it's not a funny episode
No,
at all.
it's not. Like there's no laughs in this episode. Like okay, one. There's one laugh in the episode, and it's two. Maybe because Christoph's like, yeah, what the fuck, man. But the second one is when Fuchs and NoHo are talking on the phone to each other, like how they miss Barry. Like, oh, I saw someone at the store, the supermarket. It looked like Barry, but it wasn't him. It's
Yeah,
just two
very.
little girls
And he
talking
felt
on the
like
fucking
I
phone.
know that kid since he was 7 years old, and I fall in love with him immediately because he has
Yeah,
something special. So they're like talking about him, and so like that's cutie
it,
cute. But that's
yeah,
a very dramatic episode. Like
yeah.
it's really really hard.
It's a cute moment and dramatic episode. And even that moment ends with like Fuchs saying, "So we're good," and NoHo's like, "No, we're gonna fucking kill you. There's no place you can run.
Ah no no no, you're
We're gonna
fucked.
kill you." Yeah, it's like he's had this heart to heart for like the last 20 minutes. Fuchs is drinking straight out of the
Oh,
bottle. You know, I was like, I think it was like Crown Royal, and NoHo's like, "No, no, we're still fucking killing you."
yeah yeah yeah. You
Yeah,
should leave the country.
yeah, and so you see all this happening, and at the same time, like the police raid Taylor's apartment because of course they do, and they find all this evidence that links them, and then because Ryan lends Barry his book, and Taylor takes the book or whatever, he sees the Jean's book with autograph to Ryan,
Yes, and
right?
it's not the Marin's book. It's Barry's book. So Barry,
Yeah.
for the first time, fucked up.
Well, he fucks up, but he lucks out because by him fucking up, by leaving that book, it actually leads all Barry's crimes to Ryan. It pins them all on Ryan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we are in the police station, and the big fat dude arrives to the policewoman and is like, "Hey, there's two dead Marines." And she comes. It's like, and one of them is this one, and you see the photo of Barry, and it's
Yeah,
like, no, but if it was, it would be really cool.
yeah, we really cool for one.
So I'm
And
like, it's so close. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry, that's ridiculous. You're right. It's so close. Like, there is so much time when I'm like, come on, he's a Marines. The other guy is a Marines. Like, da 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 da. Like, it's
and
mm,
about the same height, about the same build, and it goes with that. And one of the other funny moments would be that same cops like I've been saving. I brought the CD. I'm saving this for this moment, and instead of the ride of the Valkyries, it's the ride of the bumblebees. Or
yes,
the flight of the bumblebees.
yes,
It's like instead of kill the rabbit, that's Bugs Bunny version of it. You know, it's like she's like, "What the fuck's this?" It's like, "Sometime in lollipops." Oh, that's actually a callback from fuck. I want to say it's probably The Simpsons. Probably The Simpsons, where like this is my chase music, and it's actually just like this nice little beat, little Chief Wiggum thing. So you see all this unfolding, and then we get a double. They're doing the Ryan memorial for Ryan, ironically on the day that he's being, basically tagged for murder. unjustly so. And you see everyone's in Shakespearean garb, and they have an agent from Gershwin out there, and it's like, oh, this, Sally brings him out. He showed type thing. And the first guy comes on stage, last period, fucks his line up. My fucking line. They keep bombing. Everyone in Henry Winkler's, like in Gene's theater troupe, keep bombing. Person after person after person, just fucking bomb after bomb after bomb. They fuck up
Correct.
their
Correct.
lines. They can't remember shit. Things go
Sad.
wrong. It's a shit show. And then you see Barry come in, perform his line, and leave backwards. And Sally
Oh
gives the most
yeah.
flattest fucking tomorrow speech ever. And you're like, oh, that's kind of shit. She fucked it up. Like, she only did 2 tomorrows. It's like,
Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
the sun will
Ba
come
ba ba
out.
ba 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 like that, and I'm like, really, girl?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the whole fucking thing of it. And then you figure out, oh, it's just an imagination. Like, there's still a shit show. They're still performing a shit show, but Sally hasn't gone on stage yet.
Correct.
Yeah. And she's freaking out because Barry's not there, and Barry finally comes up. He's just like shaking. You see Barry in the fucking like an Uber,
It's
the back of an Uber. It's like
it's really good because he has flash of the consequences. He sees a wife grabbing
the
the phone,
wife. Yeah.
hello, and the flag and everything,
Yeah.
and he turn, he panic, and Sally is like really upset at him and grabs something and bim bada boom. And she goes and she tells a line and she looks in the direction of Barry and he doesn't come. There's a silence in the theater.
Yeah.
She kind of freak out and you see him coming and he cries and he's full of guilt and that's a
Yeah.
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
He's having some psychological horror
Oh,
that he
the
brings
lead
onto
actor is
himself.
such a good actor and he
Yeah.
cries and is like, my king, the queen is dead, and he cries and he
He's just
leaves
fucking
and she's like
putting it
shocked
out there. Yeah.
and
And
like
it shocks her.
she turns to the public and she's like pa 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 and
Should
her
have died
acting just
hereafter.
changed like that. Like Mr. Cusino said, you need to your the actor da 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 and it's just when that's really interesting when Barry shows real pain she reacts to it.
Yeah.
She just get out of the girly thing, a popular girl, to a real actress, a real adult, and she's like giving a good speech. Like, but they're fantastic actors. The actors who play Sally
Yeah.
and Bill Hader are fantastic actors because they're good actors who play bad actors,
Right.
and she plays Shakespeare. Come on, like
And again, Hatter wins the daytime Emmy for this, and for a comedy series. But I can't imagine. I don't even know. You know what? I want to see who was in for outstanding comedy series. Well, I want to see the actor acting. Bill Hader was against Anthony Anderson for Blackish, Ted Danson, The Good Place, Larry David for Curb Your Enthusiasm, Donald Glover for Atlanta. Donald Glover, Atlanta. Well, I guess Atlanta's still is Atlanta fucking comedy. I'm not even sure these are comedies. And William H Macy for Shameless. Okay, so I guess you use comedy very fucking loosely because Blackish, I guess, is a comedy. The Good Place is a comedy. Curb Your Enthusiasm is a comedy. Atlanta has comedic moments, but I don't think it's a fucking comedy. Shameless, sure the fuck ain't a comedy, and neither is really Barry.
Shameless as a comedy.
Yeah,
Shameless.
Shameless, and they're talking about the American remake, which is still not a fucking comedy.
It's not a comedy. Like, yes, there is funny moment and
Moments,
stuff.
right?
Yes, it's comedy coffee, but it's not comedy like. Yes, there is funny, hilarious moment, but it's a. That's an excellent question because in tragedy you have comedy.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. That's for the comedy series for outstanding lead actor. For actress, the thing when it was Rachel Bronson wins for Marvelous Miss Maisel, which is a comedy. Better Things. It's a fucking actually, Better Things is Pamela Alden should have fucking won that, by the way. She's amazing.
Yes,
Better Things.
I agree. Yeah,
Better
yeah.
Things is a comedy slash drama, but Mom's a comedy, Insecure is a comedy, Blackish is a comedy, Grace and Frankie's a fucking comedy. Like, those are actual pure fucking comedies.
Especially when you said he win for that episode, and it's not the most
Like,
funny
that's the episode.
episode,
Yeah,
and that's
that's the
the
episode they said.
worst tragedy episode. Like, how did they find very funny no Hank, or you know what I mean? Like, je ne sais pas. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And that's the thing, is like, that's probably arguably his apparently so award-winning performance is this episode, but fucking comedy. God damn it. Like, what the fuck's wrong with the world? That's a comedy now. But we digress. I'm not saying okay, shit for that episode. I don't know what episode they set in for Danny Glover or Donald. Yeah, whatever. He wins. Stanley is outstanding fucking acting and actressing here. Oh, actressing. Is that a fucking word? Should never be a word. Astounding acting here. And Bill Hader absolutely deserves the win. And so do a lot of fucking, like, Sarah Goldberg deserves something from this fucking series as well. She plays Sally so fucking well. And she pulls the fucking show emotionally for most of the part because Barry doesn't have any fucking emotions for like half a goddamn season. Like half a season, Barry has zero emotions. So Sally, as vapid as she is, has to pull it emotionally. And that's why I
Correct.
thank
Yes.
God it's like
Yes.
she's carrying the emotional weight. And thank God Henry Winkler's there. I just did an episode of Brannick about Bruce Campbell. Like, we just like to see people like Bruce Campbell in it because he just brings everything there. I think Henry Winkler's another person. You just want to see him act because he's so emotionally available when he's acting. Even when he's acting like a kind of a scummy character like Gene, he does so in a way you're just like, oh fuck, I still would go. I can see why they go to his acting class. I still would want to be around him. He's an asshole.
But he has good idea, good tips. Like, I really
Yeah,
enjoy his scene because it's really how it goes for acting. Like, I'm
yeah.
sure, number one. Number two, as an actor, he's a great actor. I know who he is, and I really like the
Winkler's
scene when he
amazing.
goes for um we don't say
Yeah.
interview, we said what's the name, the correct name, not interview, but
What do you mean monologue? What is it?
when
What are you
you
trying to do?
when you want to get a job as an actor.
Oh, audition.
Thank you. An audition.
Yeah,
An audition.
yeah,
So really, like, when you do the audition, you see the actor, how it works and stuff, and how the school goes, how the acting goes, and I'm like, even if the character is a dick, even if the character
yeah.
is, you know,
Sorry.
he's an excellent teacher. Like, he's like, hey, what I'm well seeing there, you just say your line. I'm not expecting you to say your line. I'm expecting you to feel on it, to
You're
make
right.
it hit. Okay, now you express the I love you. Now I want you to imagine, where are you? You're in the supermarket. Okay, supermarket. You look for soup. Tell me, don't splash, da da da. Relax. Think, breathe. What do you see? Da 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 da. You see, I like that. I like that because even if the character is goofy, the character can be serious in some time, in some kind.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And his advice is really good. It kind of brings some weight when Barry was fucking the lines like, "Okay, tight five, take a tight five, everyone." And he's like, and he start talking about the demons of alcohol and drugs, and Barry's like, I'm not high, like I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
high." It's
Oh,
like, and
oh,
you
I
can't
love
fucking
that.
high now.
I love that. It's just like the parking. I think the dude can see him and he's
Yeah,
just not there.
yeah.
Barry, I know what's going on. Come here. Take a
Sits
seat.
him down, and
Barry,
this is a
you
great
got
little
blood on your
one
head.
by one. Yeah,
You look like shit. Are you thinking I'm a fucking dumbass?
yeah,
I'm not young anymore. I know what's going on. I'm not naive. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're doing drugs.
yeah.
I
Barry's like,
used
I'm
to
not
do
doing
drugs,
fucking drugs.
you know. I
But the
used to do
cocaine
cocaine. We
monologue,
all
you
do.
know,
Come on,
we
get
did
your
like
shit
5
together. And he's
minutes,
like, well, that, and you can
and
see
then that was
Barry
over.
like, you've got blood on your hair. And I'm like, this is it. He's going to
Yeah,
be on the point. Boom. Now.
yeah. Yeah, it's a fucking amazing point, and it's just Gene has a lot of great advice. He pushes Sally to open up. He does that fatherly, like, mentor advice to Barry. He's like, "Oh, well, fuck, man," you know? And he even does, like, the whole pep talk. If you c before that, is like, "If you can't get one fucking line out, you really don't belong in acting," and most teachers won't say that, they just want their money. And so you see this as him actually opening up as a real mentor figure to he's big in Hollywood, or big enough in Hollywood to have the classes and stuff like that, and he's had some personal issues with other actors, that's why he doesn't act anymore. He's kind of a dick on set, that's why he doesn't act anymore. So you see all these things kinda come to fruition where this is almost a redemption plot for Gene. This is where Gene's kinda going like, "Maybe I can redeem a bit of my fucking self
And it's
here."
very interesting because you can see through the character he's respected, he was a good actor, he met a lot of people, so he must have climbed the ladder, right? And he is a good actor. However, something happened in his life and he got this bad reputation of being a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So yeah, but because there is a scene when you look at all this poster with his name on it, etc. His advice: there is a good guy behind, there is a professional, but he was a real dick, and that's interesting because how many people we know in that industry who were just simple beginner, did amazing movie, and now they've got the reputation.
yeah, and that's one of the things is sometimes repetitions are true and sometimes they're spread about as a rumor. But if you look at Gersh used to the Gersh agency, sorry, used to represent James Woods, and I love for the record, don't sue me, James Woods. I love James Woods' movies. I do. They're I think he's an amazing actor. They dropped his ass in 2018, uh, because of the things he was saying politically. And I mean, I still believe in freedom of speech. I'm not sure why I think that's probably a
Oh,
mistake
of
to
course.
drop James fucking Woods, but
Hmm.
I can see that they were not feeling comfortable with representing him because of that, and plus he was having a reputation due to that. So you see something that's kind of having Gersh come in, a Gersh agent come in to look at this stuff, kinda does tie it back into Gene being a dick and having this reputation and like, and Gersh's like, right there, he sees a little bit of his past, I think, and he's properly proud of Sally. He's properly proud of Sally at the moment. You see him kinda doing like the dad thing, the dad watching theater, his kid in theater, the kid's like, "I don't know, this kid fucking sucks." And then when she pulls it off, he's like, "Oh my god, that's it. You're pulling it off. You're doing it in
Correct.
front of that guy."
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think that's an important moment for Gene as well.
and you see, she's very important because she can snap a finger and go to the office and say, "I want to play Macbeth,"
Yeah,
or "I want to play the king," etc. And he really gave her advices and
everything.
stuff. Don't fuck up, do this, do that, ta 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 ta. Ta. And he warned her and everything, and he does push her and everything. So it's great, it's fantastic. Another actor who had the same demise is Chevy Chase with Community. Do you
And
know
again,
the
I
actor
would say for
Chevy
the
Chase?
record, don't sue me, Chevy Chase. I've loved you ever since fucking Weekend Update that you started.
Alors,
I've
you
done
need to know
pratfalls I've
Chevy
done
Chase.
pratfalls because of him.
Mhm. Chevy Chase in France is not famous.
Really?
We don't know his movie. No, they didn't make it in France. No, we
That's
didn't
fucking
know him.
insane.
He was not fun. He was not famous and funny in France. He was not. He was not bankable. So we never know about Chevy Chase. I found out Chevy Chase via the series Community, and I really
Okay.
liked it. Problem is Chevy Chase was creating so much problem in the
Allegedly.
backstage with
Allegedly creating we were not backstage. You have to you say allegedly, we were not
allegedly,
there.
sorry,
Thank you.
allegedly, and
Okay.
yeah, he bad reputation. He get kick off. So that's the story I heard because he was very very famous, very respected. I saw a lot of his movie afterwards because a lot of English native speaker advised me to watch it,
He's
and
amazing.
yeah, yeah,
I
it's
I
really
love Chevy Chase
interesting.
films. I love his Weekend Update stuff. Community is weird you bring Community up because that's where Donald Glover was at too, was Community.
Correct.
And Donald Glover loses the Daytime Emmy Awards to Bill Hader so not daytime, primetime Emmy
Mhm.
Awards to Bill Hader
Mhm.
in this fucking, Atlanta versus this, so it all comes back. So you have a lot of cool things, and yeah, maybe there's things that get dropped or not. And we see the bit of the background of can Gene redeem himself in future seasons and what the fuck Barry's gonna do because Sally's like, I love whatever you did to get there. Keep doing it. And Barry's like, I just think like I just fucking killed a friend.
Yeah, and he destroys the thing. He's like, oh, I can see. He's like, oh, where did you get? He says, it was fantastic. You need to go to that place. And he go,
He
bah.
starts slapping the shit out of the
He's like,
fucking
okay, well,
backstage.
I think you stayed in that place. So
You're standing there, yeah, work
they're like,
yourself
but that's not the
out.
reaction you should have. You should like let him in and maybe call 999 and say, what the fuck is going on? Like, if you have a man like that in your school theater yelling, cracking stuff, and then I call fucking 911. I've got a guy who is completely bursting on the back of my
Well,
theater.
maybe that's the thing though, like, it's a it's a method. It really I mean, we've seen outtakes, we've heard outtakes of people getting in character. Jesus Christ, fucking Heath Ledger basically dies because he keeps in character of the Joker, you know?
Do you believe? Do you believe in it? Do you believe in
I
it?
believe
Because
in method acting, no, I think it's a really weird way of doing shit.
we have Isabella Gianni. Isabella Gianni, she was like, I am not Isabella Gianni. I am the character. And one day
Yeah, I
she
mean,
gave an
okay.
interview, and the guy is like, so who am I interviewing? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's a character. And I'm like, it's a little bit
Well,
too
that's the
much.
thing. You asked me if I believe in method acting itself or believe in using it. What's your question then?
The question of, let's say, for example, I'm an actress, and I'm like, you see, Joseph,
I
when
I
the
know I know what
when I'm the character, I am the character. I
yeah,
am not.
I
I'm
understand. Okay,
not.
no, no, no. I
So
understand what
you're
method acting is. I'm asking you, do you is your question, do I believe it exists or
yeah.
if it should
Do
people
you
use it?
do you believe on that? Or does it exist?
Again,
Like
do
like
I believe that exists?
I think so. My question
Okay.
is like, do you believe in that?
Yes,
Like
it absolutely fucking exists. Method acting is an actual fucking technique. It absolutely fucking
yeah,
exists.
yeah, yeah. I know it exists, but do you believe in it? Like in
Oh
the
no, I'm no, 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 no. Watch, 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 watch. Okay, method acting absolutely can fucking exist. I'm trying to think of his name right now. Great Shakespearean guy. I have to go look at some. Sorry.
go ahead, go ahead. There is such a long list of amazing actors, actress, producer, writer, poet, etc.
Yeah.
And we tend to forget them. It's always at the moment we really want to name them, we forget. So let's use Google and try to find the name.
Well, I just want to make sure that I'm getting this correctly, and I believe it's George C. Scott. No, it wasn't George C. Scott. It was God damn it. I'm drawing a blank. It doesn't matter right now, but I will get the dad. Who's the dad from? Oh, not Severance. What was the one that was? God damn it! It was a bunch of rich fucking people, rich family, TV show. Skarsgård's in it. There's a Skarsgård in this one, and it's actually
La la
Alexander Skarsgård.
da 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 da
So you
da.
don't. So if you don't know, just say you don't know. You don't have to.
I don't know.
Okay. So, anyways,
Rich
there is.
family. Rich family in America. I'm wondering which story it is.
Yeah, and I apologize. I'm sorry. My memory is going a bit. So you have this. You have this method acting, and it's not really acting that much. Like who's playing like Jared Leto the Joker? It's just being a cunt. Yeah, I can say that where it's my fucking show. He's just being a dick. Like Jared Leto as a Joker setting fucking gags to because he's still in character. Like if you really want to still be in character as Jared Leto being the Joker in a fucking like Suicide Squad, whatever that was, you should probably go fucking shooting people because that's what the Joker would do. When Heath Ledger's doing his Joker method acting, he went to some dark fucking places. He wasn't like sending bullshit prank gifts to people. He ends up dead. I mean, that's the ultimate fucking method acting right there, I guess. But yeah, and I believe I was looking for Succession. Succession. Brian Cox
Oh,
is
yes.
the actor I wanted. Brian Cox.
Really.
Brian Cox shits on method actors. He's like, we went to this thing called acting school, and we act. If you're playing a drunk person, Gina Davis had a great fucking analogy on this. She's like, "How do I play a drunk person? I have to drink a lot." And someone was on set, like, I forgot who it was right now. She gave her the advice, like, no, you just spin around really quickly, like 10, 12 times really quickly. And then your body will act drunk for you. You don't actually drink to get drunk, to play a drunk person. And I think there's a difference between that. And I think maybe both are valid. But what do you think? Do you
Yeah.
think one's better than
I
the other? I
I
just
don't
think
like
that,
I don't like, for example, when you hear that actor lose 15 kilo to play that character, or that actor gain 50 kilo to play X character. I think this is excessive when it's a body
yeah,
physique.
the body stuff, like,
Like the
yeah,
one
there's
who
some
played Batman recently, I'm like, he did so much with his
Christian
body. I'm like,
Bale for the machinist. Yeah.
too much, like
Oh, even
excellent
me, I'm
actor and
losing weight
stuff,
for my
but
shit.
too much. Like, I don't know if it's because I have a eating disorder and I'm fighting to gain 5 kilo, but when the actor like, yes, he trained himself and he gained 20 kilo, or he lose 50 kilo to play a guy who is dying from AIDS, blah blah blah. I'm like, yes, that's a little bit excessive. Like, no. The other thing to say, oh, I was so much in the character, I am the character and stuff. Yeah, no, no, no. I
Yeah.
understand the idea of you play a difficult character like somebody who survived Auschwitz. Yes, you can be a little bit depressed, grooming, etc.
Yeah,
Yes,
there should be some side
I
effects of
totally
that.
understand. I totally understand that. But after, it's, I don't know, there's something about Hollywood and stuff where I'm like, come on, you're not doctors, like you're not brain surgeon or stuff like that, like it's art, it's pretending, you know like there's
No,
something
and
when. Mhm.
that's kind of the thing about it all, and I think you have to get through. I'm not gonna tell anyone how to do a fucking job. It's not my job to tell them how to do a job. If method acting works for them, great. Be a fucking method actor. If traditional acting, learning the roles and fucking getting into it and finding the emotional connection works for you, great. Do both. Do whatever you fucking do. But do it with some kind of safety. There should be some kind of safe insanity on it. And then for Bill Hader to kind of see this moment of maybe making people aware or making fun of method acting where the guy still got so much shit in jeans walking in, like, "Oh, you still in fucking method right now? Okay, I'll let you decompose." Or the part where Chappelle has a story about meeting, Jim Carrey, like, Carrey was doing the Andy Kaufman show or Man in the Moon, and Carrey wouldn't be called his own fucking name. I'm like, I get it, but it's also kind of dickish.
He did it in purpose. They did a documentary during the
Yeah, no, it's
filmmaking.
it's method acting. That's what it is, though.
Do you think so? Do
No,
you Because I
that's
see it as
literally
an
what method
homage.
acting is. That's literally the definition of it.
Yeah, because he did a documentary while doing that, and he was method acting in purpose, in homage to the actor he was playing.
Andy Kaufman,
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah. Because
that
this guy
is
was
but
completely crazy.
like, that's literally what method acting is. You call them on that's their name, that's who they are, that's who we're gonna be until they fucking like, Robert Downey Jr. makes fun of that in Tropic Thunder. It's like, "I don't break character until the end
I
of don't sh."
love it.
Yeah,
I love it. That movie is perfect.
licking your lips? I don't know. But yeah, you see this shit, man. It's like he makes fun of method acting because okay, if your method is watch, I want you to play. Oh, what's a really great one? I want you to play Keith Richards growing up. So you have to do a bunch of heroin? Really? That's your method? Fucking being a junkie? Like, oh, maybe you could just
Oh,
act about it first.
one of Tarantino's friends, who is actually a director, said he went to Paris for some holiday and some to write and etc. And he befriend a French who was an heroin addict. So he said to write his robbery movie,
Yeah,
he got inspired from people having heroin. So he was asking people, da da da. But taking heroin for that, no. I know John Travolta interviewed people who were the heroin addiction and say, how do you do that? How do you feel, etc. It's like, yeah, it's very simple. Just take a hot bath and I think drink or something like that to feel how it feels to have heroin. So when he was
yeah,
faking it to be fucked up on heroin, he had the right face to do so. That's interesting. That's a good thing. But taking heroin or no, 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 no.
yeah. I think there's things that I think both are valid, right? I think aspect of method acting should exist. I think aspects of, I would say, traditional stagecraft should exist because they're both stagecraft. I think what the problem is when people go to extremes.
Yeah, like for example, Robert Downey Jr., who went to Wall Street just for a day to see how it works and try to understand, da 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 da, and he hated it, by the way. I like that. Or, for example, the American director who goes to Paris and meet people who do heroin and how crazy they are and listening to the story and take notes,
Yeah,
etc. Sure, great, amazing. Like, for example, there is a scene in Pulp Fiction, me and my husband, we like. It's when the drug dealer say to John Travolta, okay, I don't have the bag for the heroin, so I give you a bag. I usually put the cocaine in because da 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 da. It's so real. It's a detail, but it's so realistic, and we like it. And I like that. I like that. I like the tiny little details, the tiny little twist. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Studying and stuff. Yeah, sure. For example, before playing the pianist, the main actor, Adrian Brody,
yeah.
went to Poland and he did a packing in Europe by himself
There you go.
to try to work, meet
That's going to
people.
be research. That's basic research for you. That's not that. It's not. I mean, maybe we're using different terms, but yeah. Either way,
Correct. Yes, that I like. That I respect. That I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, I understand. You want to be a painter, you learn how to paint. Yes. You want to play a policeman, you stay with the police, and you learn how to shot and how to position yourself. Great, amazing, super. You want to play somebody who play violin, and you take violin lesson. Yeah,
right.
sure, 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 sure.
Well, that's research. Like that's basic research. We're talking about keeping in the character the entire fucking time. That's method. Keeping in the character.
Okay, so I have
Never breaking
a personal
kayfabe.
question for you. When you do your podcast, you're a different character. So is it method acting also, or is it just acting?
Oh, interesting question. So I believe, and I truly do believe this, that for Bill Hader, I think he's making a statement on perceptions of, and we just had a conversation about method acting for like 15 minutes. I think he's making a statement on perceptions of different acting schools and what is normalized. Like that, you're saying you would call 911 if we say 911 because 911, by the way, is a the whole thing. We would call 911 on someone if they were acting like that in backstage. Like, what the fuck? Someone's punching holes into the wall, throwing chairs around. He's having a psychotic break. Where Gene walks in and goes, "Oh, he's still a method. Okay, let you fucking you still do you." That becomes normalized. I think that becomes normalized, and I think that's what haters may be drawing a view on is the normalization of behavior in Hollywood can be just assumed as method, where anywhere else it would be holy shit. Let's call the fucking cops.
I love how you juxtapose the world of bang bang mafia,
Yeah,
murder, and the psychopath, and the other world of Hollywood, who are full of obsessed people, harassment, psychological crazy people like Bill. the actor of Barry who
Yeah.
just crack the window and stuff. I love that. It just reminds me of the book from Janet McCarthy, I'm Glad My Mom Died. When you
Yeah.
listen to her audiobook and she explained how she got the role, how psychologically fucked up she is because she had to cry, fake cry in demand, her first
Kissing on
kiss, la
her
la
first
la la la.
kiss. Yeah.
I'm like, this is beautifully written. Like you can see the two
Yeah. No,
worlds. Like
it's
the scene when Sally is victim of sexual harassment. Like
yeah.
she refused to have sex with the manager. She goes to the interview. The secretary comes. She's aware. The secretary knows the situation, and she really apologized. And you really feel it's not just an apology for, hey, I'm sorry you didn't get a role or you're not accepted. Hey, I'm sorry. I know what it means. See what I
Yeah.
mean? So and everybody knows and do nothing. So I'm like, that's fucked up. And the world of killing people and stuff like that, that's also fucked up. But it's officially fucked up, and it's really interesting. Can you get?
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to actually see some of the, I'll say, decompressions maybe that people had to go through to come down from method acting or come down just from regular acting for that long on stage in the same role. Because what Sally's doing with Barry, she's like, "Oh, this is great. Keep going back there." Even if he didn't kill Chris, but he had to work himself up in that much of a fucking emotional, traumatic area to get one fucking line on stage. What's the cost benefit ratio of this? Like, is it worth the fucking price?
Yeah, like for example, Janet McCarthy, who was explaining in a book the scene she has to play before crying, her mother say, "Remember when mommy
All this
said
bad, yeah,
he was going to have cancer? Remember when grandpa was dying of da 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 da? Remember when the dog, we saw the dog was dead on the street and stuff?" And she
give
started
me
to
some fucking
cry
mace.
and
Yeah.
and she just crying for love. And then they introduce her to one room, another room, a director, and she's like, "Eh," and she cry and stuff. And
Yeah,
she's 8 years old, and
yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
fucked.
but the
That's your fucking
way
life.
she described it, the think about that, think about that, think about that, and she cried, and I'm like, my God. So yeah, when you do the parallel with Barry, who needs to be completely damaged and
Yeah.
broken and hurt, like, no,
Shit. And this is, again, this is why he wins the award for this acting. Is It's amazing acting, amazing show. Great episode. This was episode 7, Loud, Fast, and Keep Going. And one day, whoever wrote this fucking episode, Oxford comma is your friend, motherfuckers. Put a comma before the end. So if you like this deep dive into we went some fucking method acting, we went Method Man, we went the RZA, the Jizza, the Ghostface Killer, we did all sorts of like that's Wu-Tang Clan. Sorry, my bad. We did all that in one episode, and next is, guess what? Our next show is the last episode in the first season. Have an
woo.
entire season done. And for behalf of myself, Joe, and my friend Amelie, or as we put the notes, the French correspondent from Czechoslovakia or Czech Republic, or whatever the fuck they call themselves. Not
We
Slovakia
never
anymore,
know.
I guess.
We never know.
Yeah, whatever the fucking map say today. All this and more, and next time, hit it. Oh, wait. Bye, everyone.
Who
Oh,
cares?
wrong one. Bye.